Yeah. Okay, now this is working today. I had a little trouble with this yesterday. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. We good? We are live. Okay, how's everybody doing today? Welcome back to another episode or another live stream of Planet Coaster. We're playing in Whacky World here, my favorite park. Let me get my chat windows where I can see them. Boop. There you go. Just got to get a couple things set up real quick. It's always a little bumpy getting started with a live stream. Oh, my goodness. Now it's doing this crap again. And send it to the destination. Ooh, that's really annoying. Well, let me see this here real quick. Sorry, I got to look at this and see what's going on. No, it seems like it's fine. Okay, so we don't need to watch that. Now, the reason why it's a bumpy start is because I'm trying this new service, and I can stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and that's kind of neat. And I just want to see, what kind of experience I have doing that, and maybe I can get like a little bit of a following on Twitch, or maybe like have some of the people from Twitch convert over to YouTube and be subscribers on YouTube, because most people watch both services. So we've already got Mike. Mr. Mervius 23 is in chat. Let's just, he asked if I could name the staff member after him. Here you go, buddy. Right here. Here's your staff member named after you. And Dream Towards End. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And let's see. I do have a couple things that we could work on today. Now, the last time I live streamed was almost a month ago. That was a while ago. And we worked on this and made it look a little bit better. This path used to be absolutely hideous coming out of this building. Now it's slightly less hideous. It's not quite as hideous. It's still a little bit kind of meh in some ways. But what? Oh, there's like a glitch right there. Oh, that's irritating. Oh, I don't like that. That's bugging me. It's doing it all the way around the damn building. So anyways, we could kind of like finish up around here. Maybe. I'm not sure that I want to do that until I kind of get these buildings situated, because the way they end up decorated is going to kind of affect what this stuff looks like over here. So maybe before I tackle this, I do want to tackle kind of what this looks like. And another good target for working on the stream right here would be right over in here, right here. And we could kind of build up in this area and give this path over here the same treatment that I've given the paths over here at the entrance to the little pirate area. Now, the last video I released on my YouTube channel was a little time lapse of putting together these planners, and don't they look pretty? Isn't this nice? This looks so nice. It looks a little crappy back here. I got to fix that at some point. But we got these nice little planners here, and these planners were included in that episode, and then I have some footage that I have to edit and put together for these planners here. But so anyways, getting the planners in the center of the paths and doing that kind of like over in here, that could be a good place to start today, actually. And what are we going to do with this area? Remember, this whole part of the park is themed like ancient civilization, and then the pirate in like a tropical temperate climate, and then the pirates like moved in on top of it. And of course, we have very, very heavy adventure scenery over here. When am I starting a new section of the park? I absolutely will not start a new section of the park, and this will be the section I move into next. I will not start it until I am done working in here. I want this like whole area done before I move over here. And honestly, I can't even estimate how long it's going to take to get it done, because most of the time when I work on the park, it's for streaming or for footage for people to watch for my YouTube channel, and so it goes a little bit slow. Every once in a while I work on it a little bit on my own time, but usually it's to do recordings. And every time I think like, oh, maybe I'm like 10 episodes away, it's like, nah, I'm not even close. So let's start with this back here. Let's work on this a little bit. I think is a good place to start here. And first thing I want to do is I want to join these two paths together, like maybe right here, and then we'll just have like a big planner on each side. And speaking of a new section of the park, though, it will be in this area, and this is where the center part of the park is where we're really going to give the park the scenery that matches the name Whacky. And I don't know how many of you are aware of Whitesider12. I'm going to type it in chat real quick here. Whitesider12. If you look him up on the Steam Workshop for Planet Coaster, this guy, he's an excellent creator. He is so talented. And he has made a bunch of blueprints that pretty much capture the entire look and feel of what I think Whacky World should be. Now, I don't know that I'm going to use any blueprints from the Steam Workshop when I actually work on it. I kind of want to do it with my own buildings, but what he has made, those buildings that he has made, and I don't have any of them in my blueprints down here, so I can't share them with you guys, unfortunately. But what he has made is going to be a huge inspiration. Just excellent creations he has he's made. He does have a YouTube channel of his own, but he hasn't posted a video to it in a long time. He's got a really cool little, not a Little Mermaid ride. I was going to say a little kiddie coaster, but it's actually the Little Mermaid. So I tripped over the word little. But he's got an excellent video of like the Little Mermaid ride that he made a long time ago, probably when Planet Coaster was in alpha. But very talented builder. He posts stuff on Twitter off and on, and he is one of my few followers on Twitter. And so I get to see his stuff every once in a while, and it's pretty good. We're not going to have to fight with the paths too bad today, I don't think. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Now, the first thing we're going to do, content pack, adventure. We're going to do, like, adventure scenery along the path, because, like, back here on this side is going to be a little bit more tropical and Lost Civilization-esque, and then, of course, we have the pirate-type stuff on the left side of the path from the way we're looking at it. And so what I want is... I think I'm going to end up doing the 1M post. Yeah, okay, let's reset the filter. Let's get our 1M post. This is like the best scenery piece in the entire game right here, this one. And let's see. We'll just smack this like right about in the middle here. And then we'll exit the building. And we'll drop another one like right over here. And these are going to be the basis for these little planners up here. And then we'll pop back down over to this one. And let's see. What do we want to do? How do we want this to look? I had an idea. I don't know if this is going to work. Adventure. And then also we'll go over to the scenery here. I do want to do it with adventure scenery. Scenery theme. No, I got to do content. I hate how they've organized this. It's like, it's so stupid. You know, scenery theme, and then you got like all the ones that it's shipped with, and then you got to go down here for content packs. Like, why can't they just put adventure and spooky? Like, why don't they just put them in the same drop down? Like, why do I got to jump all over the place to get to these things? It's really obnoxious. And I also have the same complaint with this that I have with like Windows as an operating system. If you have a Windows computer and you go into like Device Manager or something, it gives you this like little tiny dialog box to make your settings and stuff in, and you got like a 1080p or a 1440p monitor, and they give you these like little dinky dialog boxes to work in. Like, make the damn filter bigger. So anyways, getting a little grumpy there. Why when I make live streams do I do 3 dots? Do you mean in like the title? I don't know. Maybe because that means like something is happening, but we don't really know what. Maybe that's my thought. Okay, so what I want here is I want one of these little bricks. This one could work. This one could work, but oh, maybe this. Okay, so if I, what would what I want is, let's see, we need the angle snap. And then let's do world axes. Okay, so what I want is like something like this, but that's like up in the air a little bit. Oh, I got the wrong mouse cursor. Okay, here we go. Here we go. But I don't know if this is the right piece. Let's look at some of the others. Okay, a little bit smaller. That's kind of better. The bug's not bad. What is this? An alligator? I don't know what that is. It's like a little monster. There's a little monkey man. You're catching up on Whacky World. You're on episode 98. Wow. That's impressive. Okay, now this one's pretty good because it doesn't have like an actual orientation. That's very impressive if you've taken the time to actually watch that much of my stuff. Oh, this one's good. Okay, this is a good one. What is this? Carved feature. Fine, that's very, very descriptive. This one's also good. Not that, because I don't like where the teeth are. Okay, we tried that one. That one's too big. That's not going to work. Where'd it go? This one. This one, I think, is the winner. Okay, so we'll, like that, right? Okay. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. And then, this is where it's going to be a royal pain in the neck. Okay, so what is the easiest way to do what I want to do here? I've made my life so much more difficult than it needs to be with these curved paths. Okay, can I get this like about like there? Okay, this is gonna take a little bit of experimenting to get this to do what we want it to do. Okay, and then we'll just do Control X. I'm just gonna put a couple of them to start, and then I'm gonna try to move them into position and just see what it looks like. You know, am I gonna have to put them a little bit closer together before doing the step I want to do next, or is this going to work the way it is now? I don't know. Okay, and then so from like here, what I want to do. Okay, we want to stand. Oh, no, not like that. Okay, so then I want each of them to be vertical. I'm trying to figure out what the process is to make this look the way I want it to make. And then once we get that part done, then the rest of it should go a little bit faster. Come on, come on. I don't know what is so difficult about that. Okay, and then, so like, kind of like maybe right here. Okay, and we'll just see if this is gonna work. When I do the next rotation on them, is it going to be like totally wacky, or are they going to be close enough together? I don't quite know. So that's what we're trying to find out here. And they could follow the path a little bit better. I don't think they're quite following the path as well as I would like. So let's try to position them just a little bit better here. And this is one of the reasons why I've been kind of slow to get my Planet Coaster stuff out the past couple of weeks. Because I'm down to these like real fiddly elements, and it takes forever. It takes forever to make any real progress on this. Okay, so just starting from there. And then we want to rotate this way. Okay, this might work. Let's see. Oh, yeah, this is working pretty good. And then if we select these three and we just lift up. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we'll cancel that. And we're going to undo. And so now that I kind of know what that's going to look like, we'll just keep going down the... oops, wrong button. We'll just keep going down the path here. Okay. And we're just going to outline the path. And... sorry if this is not very exciting. It's just I wish I could like pay somebody to do this stuff. I wish I could teach my kids how to do it. Just be like, kids, here, decorate this exactly the way I showed you, and I'll go work on something else, and then be done with it. But man, this is so tedious. I hate this part of Planet Coaster. I do. Okay, now this is gonna be a bit of a challenge where they like reconnect up over here. I don't quite know how we're gonna get through this part of it. Okay, now we need to spin it around 180, and we just need to kind of like outline this path over here. And one gigantic tip I can give anybody who does watch this or who has Planet Coaster is you should do hotkeys. Like I have if you watch down here the angle snap, I can toggle that on and off with a hotkey. And then, of course, you have the X hotkey to switch between these. So being able to hit, and my hotkey for this is C. So being able to hit X and C real easily, it makes it pretty easy to switch between these different controls. So then I hit X again, move it into position, right? Move it down, hit X to rotate, get it into position just a little bit, and then all of a sudden, if I decide I need to like rotate on the angle snap, then all I have to do is hit C, and it moves around real nicely. So, no, that one's where we want it to be. So I don't know if anybody wants to actually type back to me, but I'll ask all of you, what y'all up to today? Mike says he's out of school. That's a wonderful feeling to be out of school. Used to be one of my favorite moments as a kid is when school ends. It used to be one of my favorite moments as a college student too. Like when you'd hit a break in college and you're like, yeah, I don't have anything to do for like 4 weeks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wish I could go back to a time sometimes when I would have like an entire 4 weeks where I didn't have squat to do. Going to work in about 4 hours. Well, I hope you have a good day at work. I don't know what you do. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy what you do. Probably one of the greatest pleasures you can have in life is to at least enjoy to some extent what you do for a living. It's so funny. Sometimes they seem like they're so much higher than their neighbors, but they're not. Okay, let's see. I don't know how many people who are present in chat know. I know we've talked about it before. I've mentioned it before in my streams, but I am a computer programmer. So I program computers. And I have a bachelor's of science in computer science. I also have a minor in physics because I thought I was going to be making like 3D game engines. I wanted to be a game developer. Although if you offered me... Gosh, how much money would you have to offer me per year as a salary to get me to develop video games? Probably a couple $100,000. Because I don't think I would want to work in a big company that makes video games. I work in business apps, and I get time off and flexible work environment. I don't have to worry about crunch time and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's worth a lot of money to me, those little perks. If you work in a game, if you work in a big company as a programmer, it could be stressful. I work in a very, very low stress environment, and you couldn't get me to trade that. Top Game says, hello, hi, how you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Nice of you to stop by. Hope you find something you like. We're just decorating our little park here. You'll have to forgive me, Top Games. I don't know if you're an actual subscriber on my channel, so maybe you don't know yet what the park behind me looks like. And if that's the case, let me know. I'll zoom out and I'll show you what it looks like so far. I've been working on this park for 10 months or so. I started it in June of last year, and now it's May. April, May, June. So getting pretty close to working on this one park for a year. Working at it on a snail's pace, too. 666. Okay, I know what that means in the traditional sense. I don't know if you're hinting at something else or not, though. Okay, so we got little gaps right here, and that's okay. We can fill those gaps in with something else. I don't know. I'm gonna zoom out real quick. Yep. So there we go. There's the park we're working on. It's just a little corner of the map. If we zoom way out, we still got all of this to fill in and work with, but the amount of scenery in here means that it takes a long time to really get through sections of this park. So, anyways, let's come down here now. And what we want to do is we want to select one of these, and we just want to add it to the building over here, and then we'll come over and we'll work on this building. Let's see. Oh, and then what I was going to say earlier, because I was talking about that I'm a computer programmer. Top Games is Brazil. Well, thanks for checking us out from your corner of the world. Appreciate it. And so I'm a computer programmer. And when I was growing up, like I was a huge gamer. I've always been a gamer. I've been playing games since I was 2 years old. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I've been playing games for over 35 years. So, haha. But so at one point, I thought I wanted to be a game developer. And the way that started is I was big in games, and I had a neighbor that lived next door to us, and he was a computer programmer. And I got to talking with him, and he asked me when I was like maybe, I don't know, 12 or something, like, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I kind of told him some of the stuff I enjoyed, and I said, you know, I'm good at math, and he said, oh, well, maybe you'd want to be like a computer programmer. Maybe you could make games. And I didn't know anything about programming or how computers worked. We had a computer. Did we have our computer yet? I don't even think we had a computer yet. And, oh, no, we did. We had a computer. And so he told me a little bit about programming and told me that in terms of games, there's like other things that people do. And this was back in the 90s. So this was before games were created by huge studios with like 300 people. You know, games were still being made at that time by like small teams, and you know, some games were still even being made in like people's garages and stuff like that. And so he told me all about programming and said that that's one thing that you could do if you wanted to make games. And so I asked my grandfather if he could take me to the store, like a Borders bookstore, and buy me a programming book. And I started learning how to program all by myself on the really, really crappy computer that we had at the time. It was, I think my dad spent like $5,000 on this computer. He bought it for his business. You know, my business computer. And let's see, how fast was it? It had a 100 megahertz processor. 100 megahertz, not even a gigahertz, okay? Like a crappy computer today would be like a 1.6 or 2.0 gigahertz computer. This was a 100 megahertz. It was slower by a factor of at least 1,000. And it was $5,000. So that gives you kind of an idea of the change in power and price of computers. So anyway, so I started learning how to program all on my own. And then an interesting thing, that neighbor, he eventually moved, right? He moved, and then like some other guy moved in. And then that guy moved, and another guy moved in. And all four of it happened like until like we went through 4 different neighbors. All 4 of them were computer programmers, all 4 of them. And every time I saw those guys, they were like just sitting in their front lawn having a beer and working from home. So I was like, you know what? I want to be a computer programmer. These guys are working from home. It's lunch. They're having a beer. This looks like the dream job. And as it happens, I just I really enjoy computer programming, and so that's what I end up doing. And so going back to what Dream Towards End says, where he's going to go to work in a little bit, I made the comment, you know, I hope you enjoy what you do. You know, I don't always enjoy programming. It's not always fun. Sometimes it's really annoying and tedious, but and that's with something I love. So, I mean, imagine if I hated my job. I'll tell you, one thing you don't want as you get older, you don't want to hate your job. Should try to pick something that you really do enjoy. Okay, so we've almost got these 2 paths filled in. Now, at this point in the path, we're kind of breaking back into like where the pirate scenery is. So I don't think I'm going to continue this little motif all the way around the path. I think we're going to stop it right there, and then we'll put down some like pirate type stuff right here, and that's how the 2 will blend together. But we do need to come in up here now and do this stuff. Oh my gosh. This is why people who are big YouTubers, when they make Planet Coaster videos, this is why they do time-lapse. And they just release a time-lapse because you can get through this stuff in seconds. But this is part of just building a game, and this is the tool that, you know, these are the tools that Frontier gave us. They don't have any nice tools like, okay, take this piece that I've oriented like this and, like, outline the path with it. You gotta do the whole thing yourself. And we can still see the curbs a little bit below. That's going to be okay. You'll see. You'll see. There is a plan here. There is an overall plan. No, that one ended up in the wrong spot. Need to go back just a little bit. All right, look at that. Hopefully by the end of the stream, this will actually look decent. That's wrong. We don't want that one like that. Okay, but we just need to continue like this. Yeah. We don't have to follow the path exactly, but I would like to mostly follow it. And the reason for that, of course, is so that the people don't clip through the scenery. They will clip through the little spots on the ends. Like, they'll clip through the scenery over on the little ends here, but that's not too bad. And the reason I know they'll do that is because they're already doing that over here with all these little planters. They clip through them, but most of the time we're not zoomed in that far, and so we don't notice it. And then when we are zoomed in that far and we notice that they clip, we just go, well, what can you do? It's the way the guests and the paths work together. So I would prefer the freedom to place stuff pretty much wherever we want and see the clipping than to be completely restricted on where we could put the pieces. So let's see. I think we need a little bit more curve on these ones. If we can just get like a little bit, yeah, that looks better. Because this part of the path here curves a little bit more severely. Okay. Almost there. And then we could start doing some of the other stuff that will be fun. Well, more fun than just placing these down. But you know what? We're going to end up placing other stuff down. It's going to end up being tedious. This is going to suck. This is going to be a little bit of a boring stream in terms of like what we're doing. We're not going to be building any cool rides, or, you know, we could do a point of view on some of the rides that are already in the park. But my real goal is to just get in some of this really obnoxious park scenery. Just want to get it in and get it done. Okay, these ones don't quite follow the path quite as well. So if I do put benches here, and I think I will be, it could create a little bit of silliness. So we may end up having to adjust some of these. I don't know. We'll see. In fact, as soon as I finish putting these down, we should probably drop some benches just to see how they're sitting on the benches and if they're clipping through these pieces I've already put. I don't like the way that one ended up. So we'll go back to here. Need to turn it just a little bit that way. Okay, but I think this is going to look cool when it's more or less done. I think it will. Okay. Yep. Little bit of lag there. For my game. My game doesn't usually lag that much, but every once in a while. No, that one's no good. And that one's no good because this one right here is kind of no good. It needs to maybe be a little bit more like that. Want to duplicate? Oh, gosh. And I kind of mentioned it in my last Let's Play video, my last little time-lapse, that by doing this with the paths and then having an extremely decorated park, I have created a lot of work for myself in regards to this. Like, if I wanted to be lazy I'll show you what I would do if I wanted to be lazy. Like, if I wanted to be lazy, where do I have some paths where I can do it? Right here. Well, I don't want to mess with those ones. These ones over here. Let's come in and look at these paths because they're kind of untouched. If I wanted to be lazy, what I would do is I would just do this. I would go to paths, and I would just turn on railing on ground path, and I would just like click, 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 and then we would get all the nice little, you know, the railing in there. Oh, we need some here and there and here, right? And then so we would have this. What? No, get out of there. So then we would have this, and then you just put some bushes down in here, and then you call it done. You know, you'd be like, I'm all done. But no, I'm making like a Disney park, so that calls for lots of detail, lots of stuff to be done. Whoa! I didn't realize that all of these ones. Okay, well, I don't know which is going to be correct, like higher up or down in like this. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. So now what I want to do really quick is I want to put down some benches because I just want to see where the people are going to be sitting when we put the benches down. And what I want to know is, are they going to end up clipping through what I've already put too bad? I'm going to put the benches with the high back chairs, because these are extremely out of place. And if I ever look at these late, like if I forget to delete these and then I look at them later, then I'm going to be like, why did I put those there? Oh yeah, that's because I intended to delete them. Now this is where we might get a little bit of clipping. Yeah, see the bench. Oh, then because these are so close together. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Well, they're not clipping through the scenery too much, so it might actually work okay with how the benches are. I want to see them sit on some of the other benches, though. Over here is obviously okay, because the benches themselves aren't clipping. It's more like right here. Can we get someone to sit on this one? You, aren't you tired? You're not tired at all. You're not going to sit down. And this one over here could be a problem. I want to see people sit down on this one and this one. So let's what do I have to press? Oh. Let's speed it up until they do. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll just see if somebody sits down really fast. Come on. Come on. Gotta catch you in the act. Somebody sit down. Somebody who's tired. Come over here and sit. Ah, there we go. Okay. No, that works. That'll be okay. The guests aren't going to clip too much. And then, so I assume, I'm just going to assume that this one will be okay. I don't think anyone's going to sit on this thing anytime soon. Nah, okay. Let's go ahead really quick, too, and just look at our attractions. We got a few that are broken down. Mechanic's on his way. Mechanic en route. And mechanic en route. So we're doing a good job with our mechanics. Okay. And I also want to look at our shops really quick and just make sure that all of our shops are staffed and not having issues. We have a few shops that aren't very profitable. Two of them are over in the side park. One of them is the Hidden Temple gift shop. Mike Booth, I think that's your shop. All the shops on the side are not profitable, so that's okay. That's okay. All right, now let's dive back in here. And then now the next thing I want to do, on these is I want let's see. What I want is a piece of scenery here to make it look like they're sitting on the scenery. I think that's what I want. So let's get rid of the benches. Okay, and then we'll put a few more benches down that we can hide in the scenery. Okay. This'll look cool. This is gonna be cool. you can't sit down over there. Okay, so let's go back to the benches. And when it comes to doing this kind of stuff, what you want is you want like the smallest nondescript bench possible. So like this one, or the more generic park bench. This one, actually, this is pretty small too. So maybe just doing this one would work. So we do that. Now, can we fit a few like over here? We can. Okay. Yeah, just like walk right through. No problem. That was odd. So let's delete. Let's see. So we'll leave like a little bit of space. We don't want to put too many benches in here. I don't want it to be too crowded. So basically the way we position those is when we're done, it's going to look like a long continuous row of seating, but people are only sitting in some of the spots. Which is kind of what people normally do, you know, unless it's a parade or something, people don't sit right on top of each other. They give each other room, right? Unless you're a weirdo, then you sit right on top of everybody else. I'd like to get one over here, but ooh. There. Okay, good. Okay, that'll work, I think. And then now we want to go back into this building. And now we need to find what they're going to sit on. Which, like, this is probably good. Or we could do it with these. Nah, I'm thinking this is probably the best. Okay, and we'll kind of like put this in here. And then what we want is we just want to cover the bench. Just slightly. Okay, so that slightly covers the bench. Chicken Nugget Central. What'd you miss? You missed me putting these things along the path. And it took like 20 or 30 minutes to do that. Now we put some benches, and we're going to cover up the benches here with these little bits. And then it's going to look like the people are sitting on these, is what we're doing. Okay. And then we want to get one more out here like this. Okay, this might be too long to do this. It might be too long. Yeah, so on the end here, we're going to have to pick something different. Maybe this will work on the end. So we do like maybe like that. Okay, and we'll just come around. And when we zoom out, we're going to get some glitching here. We'll fix it in a moment. And now we'll turn it this way. And we kind of want to line it up with the bench as best we can. Yeah, it's going to be good. This is going to work great. Except we kind of want it to go this way a little bit. We're just barely trying to cover the bench. Okay, and then little bits that look like this. Let's see. So we got a little problem here where this one is like too long, and then so we get this, you know, it looks kind of screwy. So what we'll do is we'll hit X and let's see, we'll put that there. Maybe we can delete this one. We pull this one back. And then we need to slide this one over here. This will work, yeah. Look at that. And then, like, you can't even tell. You can't tell it's screwed up. Anafma here. Hello. You were here yesterday watching the ARC stream. Welcome back. And then we need to cover up this bench. Now, it looks like maybe this bench is a little bit higher off the ground. And let's see. Okay, so we'll do like that. And then we're going to come way down here. We're going to use the big blocks to cover the benches. And we'll worry about the benches, and then we'll fill in the spaces in between with the smaller blocks, I think is how we'll do it. So, like, right in the center here. Push it back a little bit. And then just hide the bench. Well, thank you very much, Chicken Nugget Central. How do you guys come up with these names? Well, I should be one to talk, right? I'm superfiend, so. But thank you very much for saying that you love my my Planet Coaster stuff. Planet Coaster is it's one of my hardest series to make. I think it's probably the one that I struggle the most to get the content out because it just takes longer because it's more of a creative endeavor. You know, Total War is not so hard. Just play the game, right? Just play Total War and then release the video. That's easy. That's low effort content, which is probably why it doesn't do so well on my channel in the first place. Arc is not too hard. You just play and then cut out the boring bits, although the editing takes a little bit of time. Planet Coaster, though, it's like I have to sit and think about, okay, like, what's this going to look like? If it's a video, I'm not going to do a time-lapse or editing on. How am I going to, like, organize it so that I can just get it out in, like, a one-shot? And so Planet Coaster is probably the hardest thing to work on. Merrick Von Drunen said, hello, Superfiend, and then it says message retracted, so we're trying again. Hello, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody here who stops by. Okay, and now we'll get this one over here. This is going to look neat when we get it done. I promise. I promise it's going to look good. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I promise it's going to look good. Let's see. Need to turn it just a little bit this way. Yeah, this is so fiddly. I assume that name rond means name wrong. I'm not sure. Trete says hey with a smiley face. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I don't know if I am. Okay. This one is going to have to come this way a little bit more, I think, to make this work. Come on. There we go. Just the tiniest of increments. This is so painful. It's so painful building stuff like this. It's so tedious. I wish there were ways to make this kind of stuff go faster in Planet Coaster, but you know, it is what it is. It's just how we have to do it. And that's part of the reason I think why maybe live streams are kind of good for this kind of stuff, though, because it gives me the chance to, like, you know, sit and interact with people while I'm doing something that's a little bit mundane in the park. Okay, I'm thinking maybe this one is sticking out too far. Let's see. Oh gosh. Come on. Ah, come on. I just maybe if we flip it around this way. I don't know why this would be better, but because the access point is over here, maybe I'll have slightly better control over getting it positioned exactly where I need it to go. Yeah, okay, so then this one, what we'll do here, this one can come out just Alright, fine. I guess it's going to have to go like that. It does take long sometimes in Planet Coaster. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, like, no other theme park game that I'm aware of gave you this level of, like, flexibility with building stuff. So, you know, you take the good with the bad. These pieces right here, this one could just be too big for the way the curve is going here. And then Trut J or Trut J, I'm not sure how you say that. Says he started over, or he or she has started over multiple times building what at the moment is their main park, which is not helping either. Yeah. Before I started this series, I had built a couple parks, and I actually have some pretty cool attractions in them, but they're not on this computer, so I can't show them to anybody. But yeah, it's like the first park I built was complete trash, and I was just kind of getting a hang of the game. And then the second park I built was a lot better. And then, was it 2 or 3 parks that I built? I think it was only 2. And then I started working on this series, and I've just been working on this one park ever since. So now this is what this looks like. Looks a little bit better. We just need to fill in the little holes here. And this is what it looks like when they sit down, right? So this is going to look cool. Check this out. Oh, that's fantastic. Woohoo. Do I really have a mustache? No, I don't. I'm a big fat fraud. I don't have a mustache. Sorry. I don't have a mustache. I wish I did. If I could grow a mustache like that, I would. But I can't. The way the mustache... let's see. This will work better from this end. The mustache... Nope. Darn it. X. Clicky. There we go. My original channel avatar was just this like silly picture of me, a real picture of me, but I didn't want to have like my real photo up on YouTube or anything. You know, I do appreciate my internet, and I always say it wrong, and my ability to be anonymous. Damn it. Anonymity, or however you say it. And then so I took this photo, and it was my YouTube avatar, and then I just went to Google Images and I searched for like ridiculous mustache, you know, like a fake one that you can wear, and then I copied it into the photo and just made it look like a mustache, and then I put a little like Halloween mask on my photo too, and so that was my original YouTube avatar. And then when I started my channel with like actual, you know, trying to make it look professional, I found an artist and I said, hey, could you please like make a caricature of this photo? And that's where we are now. So that's how I got it. It started with me hiding my identity, and then when I commissioned the artist to make my channel art, which I think he did an awesome job, talented individual. You know, and then plus the name Superfiend, he drew it kind of like superhero, and it's just, I think it came out really nice, and I like it. So that's how we ended up with that, and it looked cool though, really superhero. Like, yeah, I like it, and it's not like I intended for that. Superfiend, we've talked about this before in my streams, but Superfiend is just an alias I've been using for decades. Playing video games, like my old Diablo and StarCraft, and I think my World of Warcraft like login name might have been Superfiend. Like I've been using it for a long time. Well, thanks for that you like the avatar. I like it. I think it's fantastic. Of course I like it. I put it up on my channel, right? And then Trutg, is it? Okay, am I saying it right? Just Trutg. Just type in yes or no, and then I'll know never to say Trutg again. So if I get a yes or a no out of you, then that will help me. We're gonna narrow it down. But Trutg is saying that no. Okay, is it Truta? Truta. We'll try that now. Is saying that they're too much of a perfectionist, which you really, but it's Dutch, so I take anything. Well, you know what? To be fair, I don't think I could probably pronounce anything in Dutch. Isn't the lady signer? Is she Dutch? Is she from Dutch? Is Denmark, right? It's Denmark. Sometimes I'll see her typing stuff in Dutch on Twitter. Okay, and I look at it and I'm like, man, I have no idea how you would begin to pronounce any of these words. Oh, okay, Denmark is Danish. Okay, see. Dutch is the Netherlands. Okay, okay. Well, you see, being a stupid American, I don't know any of that stuff. I thought like Dutch and Danish was like all the same stuff. So now I've learned. Today I've learned something new. But you know what's going to happen is tomorrow when I wake up, I will remember it the exact opposite of how you've explained it to me. So and I'll have them backwards by tomorrow. That's what'll happen. So moving along. What do we got here? Yeah, so it's always good to learn. Yeah, but now I'm at a point in life where I forget as quickly as I learn. Being kind of old, you know, and having kids and all that stuff, it's real easy to have things slip your mind. You know, kind of a funny story, I think. When I was a teenager, when I was 17, I'll admit I thought my parents were idiots. I did. I just thought my parents were like completely stupid because like my mom couldn't remember words. Like she would forget what words meant, and she would say something and she would like use some word and she would use it totally incorrect, but because she would get it just confused with another word. My dad would come home and he'd like he would try to ask a question and he wouldn't even be able to finish the whole sentence. My mom would try to balance her checkbook and she'd be asking me like, what's 27 plus 3? And I'd be like, you gotta be kidding me. And so I thought that my parents were dummies. You know, I thought they were idiots. And now I'm older. You know, I work full time. I got kids. You know, I don't always get a good night of sleep. And I hate to say it, but now I'm an idiot. It snuck up on me. It just happened. Like I used to be relatively bright and intelligent, but somewhere along the way, man. Somewhere along the way. Dream Towards End has to go. Bye. You have a good day at work, and we'll see you around. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit, and you know, it helps to support the channel. What more could I ask for from people? What more could I ask for? Yes, please, just walk right through the path. Why don't you guys? Okay. So after I get these in place, I'm going to kind of show you where I'm going with this. So you guys can kind of see. And I think that most of you will agree that it is going to look kind of cool. Hopefully. Okay, so now we got this cool little thing. You know, it is kind of long. I'm wondering really quick. Let's see if I can do this. Let's just lift it up. And I'm thinking maybe like right here, we want to join the paths together. I think it's just a little bit too long. So we want to get rid of the railing. Of course, we want to have the correct path. Oh, and you know what? We're going to need to go much more narrow if we're going to connect this. So yeah, I think that's better right here. Whoops. And then so what we'll do is, can we duplicate this and get like one over here? Okay, good. So now we'll select this, and we want to make sure we get the correct arrow. And we'll fly way down here, like so. And we just want to get this back onto the ground and just hide the benches. So this is about where it was before, more or less. Pretty good, yeah. Okay, so over here, we need to pull some of this apart, right? So I don't think we're going to need this or this. Probably not that. Probably not that. Can we get rid of that one? Yeah, we can get rid of a lot of this stuff. Okay. I don't know what to do on the ends here, so let's delete that for now. We're gonna be able to get rid of this one and this one, maybe this one. Get rid of these two. Get rid of this. Okay, the big block can go now. Let's no. Okay, let's put that one there, and then we'll delete this one, and then we'll move this one into position right here. Okay. Maybe we need to turn this a little bit more this way. Yeah, okay. What is up with this one? Why is this one, like, so high compared to the other? Probably because the ground is uneven. There's probably a slight elevation change there. Okay. So that looks a little bit better. And then we want to take this one here. Okay, about like that, I guess. This is a big block. So we'll select it, hit X, and then pick the small block here. Yeah, I think that kind of looks better, and then plus the reason I did that partially is let's get the right camera here. At some point, this is going to be all filled in, and there's going to be park over here, and I'm going to cut a hole in the mountain, and they're going to be able to walk through here. So when people are coming through here, I don't want them to have to walk all the way around to get to this side of the path. And then, of course, we got this little gap right here. So as they're coming through here, I don't know exactly where the paths are going to be yet, but I want to make sure that they can walk right through instead of having to like walk through and then split in half. And it'll be kind of like over here, kind of like what we have back here, maybe. Okay, and then now this is kind of where we're going with this. Oh, you know what? I didn't do these. Okay. And then we're going to put plants and stuff in here the same way that I did with all the other ones. But I think we could have like a little bit more fun with this one. Yep, there we go. So we're getting a little bit of clipping here, but now we'll leave that one. Looks better now. I don't know. I didn't get notification about this stream. I don't want to talk about it too much because it will just derail things and sound like I'm complaining. But YouTube is like really bad at notifying people's subscribers that they're busy doing stuff. A lot of people are saying that they're like not getting notified when people they are subscribed to upload videos. Now, YouTube's solution to that is not only do you have to subscribe to somebody, they want you to click the little bell, and then you'll get like email alerts and stuff like that, which people are complaining about because they're like, look, I already subscribed. Why do I got to click a bell too? The subscription is me saying I want to watch what this person makes. Now, I also saw that YouTube's doing an experiment. YouTube loves to experiment with features, and they roll experimental changes out incrementally, like only some people get it at a time. And so what YouTube is currently experimenting with is when you click on your list of people you're subscribed to and you're looking at what, like the videos that they're releasing, it's no longer going to be chronological. And so what that means is your subscription feed, the page where you go to see what people you're subscribed to is releasing is not going to be chronological anymore, and you kind of are going to have to go out of your way to make sure that you're not missing out on videos and things that people are uploading, basically. Your subscription list is now going to be driven by like what YouTube thinks is popular for you. You click the bell, but still doesn't work. Yeah, see, YouTube is I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have seen yeah, see, yeah, you're saying you get videos from 1 to 5 years ago you've already seen. Like, what the heck is going on with YouTube? From my side, as someone who uploads videos, I've seen some bizarre crap with YouTube. Like one time I uploaded videos, and after you upload a video, it will pick a frame in your video. It picks like 3 frames and says, here's a potential thumbnail. I've had thumbnail recommendations that aren't even from a video on my channel. I had a thumbnail recommendation once that was like a gospel choir singing in a church for one of my Planet Coaster videos. It's like, what the heck? I don't upload any videos from a choir or a gospel choir. Like, what the heck is this? And then the other thing too is on my channel, like I have it organized like uploads. I have a section called uploads, and in uploads is supposed to be chronologically the videos I have uploaded. And I've had it happen where I upload a video, it's scheduled, it's released, it's public, it's actually got a couple views, and then I go look and it's not in my upload section. Like yesterday's videos are in my upload section. So I don't know what the heck YouTube is doing. I don't know if it's just buggy and they're bad at quality control, or if they're just like, you know, screwing with people behind the scenes because they're like experimenting or what. I have no idea what they're doing. Anyways, that's as much as I'm going to say about it, because I don't want to come across as like I'm ranting and complaining about it, because I'm not. It's just frustrating. Yeah, I know, the thumbnail thing is just bizarre. And if you don't believe me, I posted it on Twitter. And if you were to go look at my Twitter and then go look at like old tweets, you'd see it. You'd be like, holy crap. You know, it happened. So anyways, so the next thing I want to do, and we experimented with this at the very beginning when we put these pieces down, is I want to have them all like diagonal like this, so that, I don't know, they're like little teeth or something. I just think that's cool. And so now we're going to have to go and do this individually for every single one of them. I'm going to pause the game while we do this, because the guests are now walking through the paths, and if you click on them, they eat mouse clicks. So I don't want to compete with the guests. But yeah, so people are having weird issues with YouTube. Lionheart, if you don't know who Lionheart is, he's a very big YouTube channel for Total War. He's got I think 270 or 280,000 subscribers. And he's doing a Thrones of Britannia campaign. And his video had Winchester in the title. And some channel from like somewhere in South or Central America, the channel name is like something Cine. Cine means movies in Spanish, or film, or it's synonymous with it. And he got a copyright strike from some channel because they have like a little movie called something Winchester. And so Lionheart, who's doing Total War videos, now has a copyright claim and a strike against his YouTube channel over the word Winchester, which Winchester's like a city or something in the UK. So, you know, it's ridiculous that that's a term that could be used for a copyright claim. And he's a big channel. Like, he's a big channel. He's got clout, okay? So, like, when he contacts YouTube to complain, you know, he's got... Oh, I'm turning these ones the wrong way. What? What? How are these ones... Okay, they need to be turned this way. Anyways. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of silliness that ensues behind the scenes when you are a content creator on YouTube. Thank you for thinking this is a cool idea. This is not my own original idea. I saw somebody do something similar to this, either in the Planet Coaster workshop or on the Planet Coaster subreddit. I saw a screenshot a while ago, and I thought, hey, that looks pretty neat. For the life of me, I can't remember who or where it was, but like, look how cool that looks. That's really neat. I like it. They might be a little bit too tall still, but you know, we can play with that later. It's just really tedious to do this. Like, it'd be really nice if Frontier added some sort of like macro features. You know, like if you use Photoshop or GIMP or like Vegas, a lot of those programs have like scripting features where you can automate tasks. It'd be really nice if you could create like a little automated task that says rotate this individual piece of scenery 45 degrees, you know, along the blue axes. And then you could select all of them and it would like go through and do it with every single one of them. Instead of me having to do this manually for every single one of them. Like, there's so many little things like that that Frontier could put in this game that would improve usability from an advanced building standpoint. Yeah, or a mirroring option, or how about an option like you know, let's pretend that none of these were rotated, and you go like this. You just select them all. You select all of them, and then when you click on like the one you want, which would be the last one, you say like you click like mirror, or like make all the others like this one, and then it would just flip them all. I mean, what a time saver that would be. What a time saver that would be. But, you know, trying to figure out how to implement features like that is, you know, that could be a real pain in the neck. Enough Mahir, if I'm saying that right, says I've been doing YouTube for 4 years and I only have 549 subs. I should have a lot more because I have potential. That's a little bit misleading. I did start uploading some videos for Total War a long time ago, but I only uploaded like 50 or 60 videos for a single Rome 2 Let's Play, and then I stopped. And so I haven't been consistently doing videos for that long. However, I have been consistently doing YouTube and videos for like 10 months. And so the 549 subs I have is really from 10 months of doing YouTube. When I restarted 10 months ago, you know, like a year ago more or less, when I started a year ago, I had about 30 subs, and that was all from Total War Rome 2. I uploaded a Total War Warhammer video, and almost every single sub immediately left because they probably prefer historic titles and they don't want to watch Warhammer. And then they all left. So pretty much all 549 of my subs are subs that I have gained in the last 10 months. And so to almost have like by the time I get to 12 months, I'll probably have over 600 subs. That's good growth. I'm happy with it. I will take that. I'm going to delete this one. Simon, I'll answer your question in just a moment. How you doing today? And then we'll have to put a piece of scenery here to like close the gap up. Okay, so Simon is asking, as someone who just recently started playing the game, how do you select multiple objects without using the stupid square? Okay, the answer to your question, Simon, is to make everything part of a building. Try to make everything part of a building as much as possible. And the way you do that is you use the best piece in the game. It really is, it's the best piece. You'll find it down here under building. Whoops. And you want to filter on 1M. And it's this wooden post, 1M. Bam! And you slap that guy down. And then when you come over and you do like scenery and stuff, like if we go over to our props, now when you put these things down, they're all part of this building. And then you can select all of them and move them around and do stuff with them because they're part of the building. And so that's how you do that. And another handy feature of making stuff buildings, part of buildings, Like over here, I'm just gonna do a little sidestep. This is stuff that if you went back and watched like probably episode 30, somewhere between episode 30 and 40 is when I did this. Each one of these is a building. And these are buildings that I made. And if I hit X, I can lift the whole building up. And if I drop down underneath it in here, you'll find hidden somewhere in here. There it is. You can see it. It's right here. Here's my little wooden post. And so I started with the wooden post, and then I just put these trees down, and I made these buildings. And then when we come over to here, the way I decorated all this very quickly is first I made these 4 little buildings, blueprints. And then you can see each one of these is a building. And we have buildings kind of moving along over here too. So just to give you an idea of how it would work is you would, after you get your building, you could do this with blueprints too, but blueprints are a little bit more time consuming because you have to fiddle around inside the menus. But so see, I could take this here and I could drop this down and I could rotate it until it more or less lines up with the path. And then I could hit X before I do anything else, and I can drop it down, see? And we could get it pretty much about where we want it. And we could hit X again and get a little bit of rotation, and we could set it down right there. Then you say, well, superfiend, that's pretty good, but it sucks because now the plants are on the ground here. Well, now just come in and, you know, do the couple plants that are kind of in your way. Yep. You know, so you do something like that. And then they'll only poke through a little bit. And then this one is intended to be kind of like tall brush where you can't really see the base. That's why it has floating trees in it. And if we look over here, some of these trees are not touching the ground. They're not even close to touching the ground. Like yeah, here's a floating tree, right? But from out here, see, from out here, unless you're looking for it, you can't tell. And somebody in chat earlier mentioned that they're a perfectionist. And so one of the things that kind of slows them down is being a perfectionist. And those are the kind of like little things that don't have to be perfect, because until I point it out, you didn't even notice it. So like you don't even notice without going in here and really looking that some of these trees are floating. But having them float and be off the ground gives all these different possibilities for changing the height of everything around it. So anyways, I hope that answers that question and goes a little bit above and beyond. Simon says, thanks, just found your channel a few days ago. I've only watched the first 5 to 6 episodes of the series. Looking forward to watch the rest. The park looks cool. You got a long road ahead of you there, friend. It's probably as long as Game of Thrones at this point. But it is my most watched series, and people are always telling me that they learn a lot from it. So, you know, hopefully it's worth your time. I've had fun doing it, that's for sure. Okay, so now over here, we need to, what do we need to do? In the interest of actually making progress on the stream, because we're now at an hour, instead of trying to do the other one right now, we're going to focus on this one in the center. So we can kind of get an idea of what these are going to look like when we're done with them. And one thing I want to do is I don't like that I can see the wooden post. So having selected the building, we're going to lift it up off the ground. Then we're going to select it. We're going to edit. We're going to select everything, deselect the post. And now we can lift these up. And that's going to make the post lower into the ground. Will I play other games like Fortnite? Probably not. Probably not Fortnite. I am going to be playing other games on my channel at some point. But I wouldn't hold out much hope for Fortnite. Or PUBG. Or League of Legends or World of Tanks or stuff like that. Oh, we can still go up a little bit higher. We still got one bench that's visible here. Okay. And let's just make sure this looks okay. Yeah. And for Simon, because I don't know how long he's been here, if I remove these 2 pieces, you'll see that we have benches in here. But by covering them, there's benches spread sporadically throughout here. And then by filling in with extra scenery that covers the benches, it will look like one long continuous place to sit, and then the guests are kind of spaced out because they're actually sitting on the benches, and it will kind of look like a, what seating looks like in a real theme park. Now, let's play with the foliage. Let's play with the bushes, because this is going to be a planter. I want to put plants in here. And how are we going to do this? Well, one thing we could do... we can turn the simulation back on. Okay, so looking at these planters over here, one of my considerations in designing these is that I didn't want them to block the scenery, which is why they're mostly like columns. They give the appearance of being like fully filled out, but because it's columns, you can easily see through them, and they don't block line of sight. And same goes for these ones over here. So when you're like over here, you get a good view. However, I'm thinking over here, like this is going to be a little bit dense and have quite a bit of foliage in it. I'm thinking maybe I do want to block line of sight with these planters, so that when people come out of the tunnel from the other park over here, so when people come out of here and they walk through, they won't be able to see anything until they get past these planters. And so maybe over here I do want to block the line of sight. Which one is my favorite park? Do you mean like a real amusement park? You probably mean real amusement park. No. Oh, in the game. Well, do you mean like my favorite ride? My favorite ride is probably the Kraken Voyage. It's a cool ride. I really like it. We could go do a little ride on that if you guys want. I really like the Dragon Coaster over here, the Lost Gardens. I like this one a lot because it's something that I could ride with my kids and they'd have a lot of fun on. My kids are 4 and 6. And so they're just now tall enough to go on roller coasters at like Disneyland and all the roller coasters at Legoland. So like this is like when I built this ride, I was specifically kind of thinking of something my kids could enjoy. This over here, this is something that I would enjoy. Although I'm getting a little too old to ride crazy rides. My wife and I went to Magic Mountain back in September, and we got our butts kicked by those rides. Let me put a couple pieces of scenery in here, and then we'll think about going and riding Kraken Voyage. But let me drop a couple more little pieces of scenery. And before we do that, let me save it, because it hasn't happened in a while, but a couple months ago, like my game was crashing every now and then. So I just want to make sure we're not going to have any problems with crashes. So what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do here... Oh gosh, you can't rotate the grid pieces. That sucks. Damn it, Frontier. Why do you make it like that? Why do you make it so we can't rotate grid pieces? Adventure. I think I want to have like one of their adventure pack walls. I think I want to build these in here. And then cover them with like vines and ivy and stuff. I think that's what I want to do. But kind of the problem is I'd like to rotate them too and have them be like these little jagged teeth like we have on the ground, but it won't work. It won't work because they're grid pieces. Now, because this is a grid piece... Wait, is this not a grid piece? It is a grid piece. How tall is this? How tall is this? And then we'll put the taller... Oh. I'm a complete doofus. We got this one right here. This could work. This could work. No, I'm not going to do the little teeth in the center. Okay. So let's pretend that we're coming out of like a tunnel right here. Yeah, okay. I think we need the one that's 4M. We need 4M. Let's get rid of that. Let's duplicate that. And this is going to be a mess. This is going to be a mess. We have to do each one of these individually. So what we're going to do is... Okay, we're going to get this like more or less positioned where it needs to go. I don't know if there's a more efficient way to do this. This is one of those things in Planet Coaster that just sucks. It sucks doing this kind of thing. I want to have a little bit of room here to put like a pillar or something. So you just want to leave a little bit of space. And we kind of want to get it like more or less in the middle. More or less in the middle here. Okay, and then we place it. We edit. Then we split this one off because this one on the end is where we want it. And we leave the edit mode and we click on the ones that are left. And now we want to rotate and we want to get the next piece kind of like down the center. Okay. And that looks okay. And then we want to edit. And then we want to split this one off. And we want to exit the building editor. And click on the ones that are left and rotate them again. And I guess that looks okay. And then we edit, we click, we split it off. Leave the building editor. And then now we can do this one. And let's see, we need to kind of come a little bit more this way, I think. Mina. And then, oh, about like that. It's not perfect, but whatever. Nothing will ever be perfect in this game. Nothing will ever be perfect. And then we need to decorate the ends. Well, thank you. It's just a lot of practice fighting with the controls and stuff. So now this is where it's going to get a little bit messy, okay? So now we have like a bunch of individual buildings, and that's how it has to be, and then we have the bigger building down here. Earlier when you asked me, will I play other games like Fortnite and stuff, I've kind of addressed this every now and then, but every time I get new subs, they always ask, so I kind of, you know, have to keep rehashing the same the same topic. But the reason you probably won't see Fortnite and games like that on my channel is because I really don't play a lot of online games. It's very time consuming to do a YouTube channel. Okay, no. It's very time consuming to do a YouTube channel, and you know, working full time, trying to create videos and do all this stuff. There's not enough time in the day for me to become proficient at competing in online play and running a channel and trying to like cover different videos and series on the channel and stuff like that. So that is why you'll most likely not see Fortnite on my channel. We can make this go up a little bit higher. And so it's going to stick up just a little bit. And then we want to put one of those over here. Now when I hover it over the side here and I hit F, it locks right into the dead center. And we don't care if it's in the dead center vertically because I'm going to move it, but I want it to be like in the dead center horizontally. What? Whoa, what is up with this? What? What? This is like a totally cracked out axes it gave me. Oh, good grief. Come on. All right, we're going to delete this one. And then we'll edit this building, and we'll just try it like this. For some reason, the other one is totally, like, wrong. Yeah, this is what I want. I just want normal arrows. Not that other garbage. Now, we don't know, like, exactly how tall it is. And so here's another little tip for you. If you want to make sure that your scenery pieces are the same height, make yourself a measuring stick. And the way you could do that is click on a piece, hit X. We'll do something like this will work, right? And we just set this. Yep. We just set it so it's more or less on top. That's close enough. And then what you do is just bring it over here. Like if you absolutely want it to be exact, like if you're building a coaster station or something like modern architecture and you want it to be exact, And then now you can pop back into this building over here, and you could zoom out, and then you're like, okay, good. Now these two pillars are more or less like exactly as tall as each other. However, we're gonna have ours be maybe a little bit different, because this is ancient civilization, and as good as they tried, they weren't perfect builders, so it's not gonna be exactly correct. Okay, and do we want to put some like little caps on this? Like this maybe? That one really doesn't fit, does it? This is gonna look a little too top heavy, isn't it? That's way too top heavy. You know what? Kiss, we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna keep it simple. Okay, now let's we still have to clean up the ends over here. They're still like real sloppy and messy, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. What kind of bushes and stuff are we going to have in the center? Now, over here, if I go dissect the other planters, you can see in here that it looks like we have ground. It looks like we have dirt in here. And same thing with some of these ones over here. Some of the bigger ones. Let's see. Where's a big, fat, wide one? Where'd I got a big wide one? I think over here. Yeah, over here the dirt, the quote-unquote dirt, is a little bit more textured. You can just see it in there. And what that is, we have to go to the festive scenery. Festive, fairy tale. Festive brain. It's this. And it's this confectionery piece. It's called confectionery coconut something or other. So one thing that people do is they'll select this, and then they'll try to find like a brown color, something that resembles dirt. That's a little bit too gray, but whatever. Or in my case, where some of my planters are too thin, I just turned it on its side and I use this piece as the dirt here. So let's delete that. Fly back over here. That is not something I invented myself. Other people who are better at the game than I did figured that out, but I'm happy to steal it. So what we could do is we could come in here and where's my little piece of confectionery coconut slice? So we could like put this right here, and if I hit F, it'll go right in the center. And then now if I drop it down. Okay, so now it looks like we got a little bit of dirt in here, right? And the only thing is it needs to sit a little bit lower than the scenery so that this little band doesn't come out. Or the way we could skirt that is if we just flipped it 180 and positioned it like that. And then it could be a little bit taller, right? We could do that too. And if we duplicate it and bring it out here and then rotate it 180 and then slide this one in until that little yellow band disappears. We can't see it from either side because the wall is hiding it. Why is this so glitchy right there? What's it doing? Although I don't know if we actually need those. I don't know if we need them for this. Let's see if we do this. Maybe we want these to more or less line up with the wall. Over here on the end, what we can do is we can advance duplicate. And let's see, we need to stand it up. Come on. And then we could do like this. And then if we bring it over here, and then we drop it down, and all we need to do is drop it down low enough that the little band disappears, more or less. And it's not perfect. You could still see it, like if you're really looking for it. If you're really looking for it, you'll find it, but most people aren't going to see it. So now we can pop over to this one and go back to our confectionery coconut piece. And the easy way to do it now is to just do this. Holding down F, it snaps to the center of each one of them. Boom, boom, boom. It just got added to each of those buildings. This part's a little tricky. We want to go out this way. And we're just jumping into the different buildings. Yep. You got an A, I'm assuming A+ on your grades. Good job. Grades aren't everything, but, you know, it's good to work hard. At least at the things you enjoy. You should always work hard at the things you enjoy. Okay, so now we want to bring this in until the band disappears. And we'll do this one. Not to brag, but I'm so happy I don't ever have to go to school again if I don't want to. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness! Like the day I graduated from like college, and I was like, I'm done. You mean I'm done? I don't have to do this ever again? Was an extremely happy day for me. Okay, pretty good. And then we'll come over and we'll do this one now. And then we'll put some foliage in here. And then maybe we'll think about riding Kraken Voyage. Actually, I didn't mind all my like computer science type stuff in school. I didn't mind that. The day I like never had to write another paper though. Oh gosh, I was so happy. I hate writing papers. I do. It's like it's my least favorite thing is writing. I've had a lot of people tell me I'm actually pretty good at it, but it's not something I enjoy. It's just ugh. Especially in the academic sense, like trying to write academic papers. So, some people love it, and good for them. I absolutely do not like it. We got a little bit of it poking out the corner over here, but you can't really see it, so I'm not going to do anything about that. And we got a little hole right here. And probably another little hole right over here. I'm hopefully finishing my master's degree in a few weeks, but it's fine art, so basically I do what I like every single day, except for the actual job that brings in the money. Well, that's not so bad. And good on you for completing your master's. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Having a sip of my ice-cold coffee there. I went to school long enough to probably get like a master's or a PhD, but I only have the bachelor's of science. It's because I'm a college dropout. I'm a college dropout and I'm a college graduate. I did both. I tried one and then I tried the other. Let's see here. What are we gonna do? Okay, we need some foliage. We need some bushes, and I don't think we're gonna put any flowered plants in here. Well, maybe we'll do flowered plants, maybe. But we're gonna start with my favorite plant, the MVP of the foliage in this game, the Scaevola. Oh, asymmetrical, popping in. Please do something with your degree. My wife got her master's in fine arts. After she got it, she told me she didn't, and then it cuts off there, so I assume that there's more. We'll see. And hello, Asymmetrical. I know I've seen you before in streams and around the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, we're gonna do the Scaevola here. She didn't actually want to get a career in that field. She only got a degree because she didn't want to get a job. Oh, so like putting off like deferment on student loans or something like that, maybe. Ugh. Okay, so now we're going to come in here and have some fun with these little bushes. And to this day, she still doesn't have a job. Well, as they say, use it or lose it, right? And we're going to make sure that we do like a little bit of rotating when we put these things down. If it's a good idea to always do some rotation. Or parents paid for anything, she has no debt. Well, okay, so you know, if you have the good fortune to come from a place like that where your education is paid for, then you know, by all means, you know, do it however you want to do it. But if you're on the hook for paying for it, man, you don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. And you know, I don't want to like try to, you know, speak bad about anything that anyone else has done for career choice or education wise, but you know, if you are on the hook for paying for your own education, either via loans or by trying to like work and go to school, you should take care to make sure that there is like actual work and employment for you when you leave. When you leave, because you are going to be on the hook for paying for it, and you know you want to make sure that if you're the one that's got to pay for everything, that you know there's some sort of work for you when you get out. There's a lot of people, unfortunately, I think, who, in the U.S., you know, speaking from my own experience, when I was in high school, like man, it was drilled into us, you know, if you don't go to college, you'll never amount to anything, blah, 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 blah. And so all these kids, you know, they rush off, they go to college, and they don't even know what they want to do, but they go there and they're paying like, you know, $5,000 a semester, 20 grand a semester, 30 grand a semester, and they don't even know what they want to do. And they're paying like tens of thousands of dollars simply because they've been told and they believe that there's going to be some sort of work waiting for them when they finish. But not every degree creates equal like employment opportunities. And you know, any of you that are younger, you know, at potentially that point in your life where you have to think about that stuff, like, you know, consider it. And if you're not sure what you want to do, and your college choices are going to cost you like tens of thousands of dollars a year, go to junior college, go to a community college, get like a bunch of your general education requirements out of the way for a fraction of the cost. And while you're doing it, work part-time or go to parties and have fun, but don't get too involved in parties. A lot of people who go to community college don't make it beyond that because of that reason. But, you know, if you don't know what you want to do, don't spend tens of thousands of dollars trying to figure it out. You know, like work part-times in things that you think might be interesting, and then you may get an idea of something that you absolutely know you will not want to do. Like, oh gosh, I did this for a while and I hated it, so I'm not going to focus on anything related to that in college. Just my advice, you know, do it however you want. Truth. Oh gosh, I want to know how to pronounce this. Let's see. I'm looking at something right here. No, I'll never figure it out. Ooh. No, I won't figure it out. Asymmetrical says, in New York right now, if you are a full-time resident of New York and you earn under $140,000 a year, you qualify for the Excelsior Scholarship. It covers tuition costs in public colleges. Wow, that's whoa, what the hell just happened? That's pretty generous, especially since most people probably earn under $140,000 a year. Most people, especially if they're in college, right? Especially if they're in college. Let's see. You know, I think that one's a little bit too big. That one's way too big. I think we could go ahead and we could put like a little lip on these buildings to make the top more interesting. I think that'll be a good idea. We'll just see what it looks like. If we don't like it, we can get rid of it. Now this, okay, here's another tip. Here's another little tip. Asymmetrical says, you're still responsible for books and boarding. The only thing is you get your 2 or 4 year degree. You must live in New York for 2 years or 4 years respectfully afterwards. Well, you know what? That's, I don't know how well that policy is going to play out for them in the long run, but basically they're trying to pay for people to get higher education as long as they're going to stay in the state afterwards, which if it works out well is probably intended to make it better for their economy, you know. So anyways, we have all these little lips here, and I want to make sure that they're all the same height. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this building. We're going to edit. We're going to click these 2 pieces, and we're going to remove them from the building. And we're going to do that for each of these buildings except the last one, right? So we select both of these. We remove from the building. Now we're going to use the little eye tool, and we're going to select them all, and then the one on the end, and we're going to add them to that building on the end. Now we can edit this building. We can select all of these, and when we hit X, we can raise them all up, and they'll all be exactly the same height. And I'm thinking like maybe about like right there is probably good enough. Now, we'll click on this one and move it in like halfway. Or right until it starts to like intersect right here. All right. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And I can see that there's chat stuff going by out of the corner of my eye, but I'll check it in a second. Yep. Yep. Okay. Holy crap. Wow. Asymmetrical says, all that aside, I'm enjoying the park. A few months ago, he was stuck home with the flu. Sorry for that. And was given the opportunity to binge watch the whole series. Like, God, it's amazing to me when people say they watch like the whole series. Like, it's a long series. It is 100 and something episodes. It's a long series. It is not a trivial way to spend your time. So, and I've kind of touched on this before. You know, those of you that do spend your time with me, that's like the most precious thing I could ask of people. So, I always do appreciate those comments. It's just amazing to me, and I guess it shouldn't be, because there are people where I've watched like, 80 or 100 episodes of something that they've done. So I guess I shouldn't be too surprised when people say that, because I've done it myself. It's just, it's just kind of like, wow, people enjoy what I made that much. Who would have thought? Who would have thought it could be that way? And of course, those are the types of comments that, give me hope that, maybe, just maybe, I could be one of the great ones on YouTube. Quit my job. Play video games all day. Ha 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 ha. I don't know if that'll ever happen. Would be nice. Would be nice. Okay, let's see. Yes, I can be. Well, thank you. I do get my fair share of comments from people saying like, wow, I can't believe you have less than 1,000 subs. I was expecting you to have more based on, your videos or this and that. And people are saying that on like my first 5 Planet Coaster videos and some of my other ones. And those videos honestly aren't even that good. At least like compared to production quality of what I can do now. But it's encouraging to hear that kind of stuff. Of course, though, almost everybody who has a YouTube channel has gotten some of those comments. A lot of people have anyways, so whether it will pan out that way, I don't know. But the fact that people watch my stuff and then say like, wow, I really thought you were going to have like a lot more subs. It just kind of says to me like, hey, you're on the right path. You're on the right path. That's good. So what do you think of that? That's pretty cool, huh? That looks kind of neat. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it looks a little weird over here. And then, so now what we want to do, and it's probably the last little bit of foliage and goofing off with these planners I'll do for the stream today. Well, I don't know. We need to kind of fill this in too. Is this going to look really bad if I just... Okay, so first... So maybe a little bit more that way. That works for me. Let's see here. And we still need to do something down here with these ones. So what we'll do here... Yeah, we're going to duplicate that one, rotate it, move it. Move it that way. Move it this way. Rotate it. slide it this way a little bit on this one. There we go. And then now all we have to do is just kind of cover up this because it looks a little ugly. And we could do that. Let's see. I'll make the outside of it look better, and then on the inside here, I'll just do that. And then we'll put some plants in here, and then it'll look okay. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty good. I like that. Let's see. Enough Mahir says it looks so cool. I know it's a simple thing, but I think it looks cool. Asymmetrical says, keep your job, play video games when you can. Also, it is hard, especially when you aren't part of a network. However, I personally have more respect for those who venture on their own. I assume that you mean a YouTube content network. I've been contacted by a couple. I will never join a network. I honestly, like, I've looked at them. I don't think they do anything for you, okay? They're just trying to, like, steal money off of my hard work. So to hell with that. I'm not going to be part of a network ever, most likely. Unless I was, like, really big and they actually provided an actual service. Networks, if you're a big channel and you get, like, copyright claims, I guess they could be helpful, but I don't know. I don't really see anything to it. And then the name that I can't pronounce says he moved to Switzerland. He or she, I don't know. They moved to Switzerland because the Netherlands almost completely cut the student funding. So they decided if they had to pay a lot of money for it, I'd rather go to the school I find the best for what I wanted. Yep. I mean, if you're going to pay for it, like, you know, get the best that your money can buy. You have to use their analytic tool. If you join a network, I don't know about that. You could still get your regular YouTube analytics, right? Basically, what networks usually promise, this is what they promise. Like, they'll help you with copyright claims, and they'll help you promote your videos, and they'll help you with, like, thumbnails and music and stuff like that. And for like 10% of what your channel earns, or 15% of what your channel earns, and they will fight for you in copyright claims and stuff like that. That's what networks claim. Realistically, when you join a network, what happens is, from what I've read, is they take 10 to 15% of your stuff, and they may help you with a copyright claim. But as far as promoting you, helping you get bigger, providing you with, like, graphic services for things, for your thumbnails, it's all like automated tools that I mean, you could go find stuff that's equivalent on your own. So, blah. Blah. And I'm not earning anything anyways because my channel's not monetized. And so there. So there. We need to get some of the adventure, the adventure content pack. We need some of the vines, which they've categorized as trees for some odd reason. Oh, wow. Asymmetrical says a few of the networks that he's read into, they take over your YouTube analytics, and you have to use their tool in order to view it. To hell with that. To hell with that. Although, you know, I'm going to be honest, like, I don't learn anything from my YouTube analytics. I learn nothing. I look at them, and there's really nothing they tell you that isn't something that you could probably figure out on your own anyways, so, you know, whatever. You know, like, okay, so a good example. I look at my YouTube analytics, I look at traffic sources, and by far the most searched, like, phrases that lead into my channel is going to be stuff that's like Planet Coaster. And so what does that tell me I should do? I should make more Planet Coaster stuff. Well, duh. Like, duh. I already knew that. I already knew that. It's not telling me anything, see? It's not telling me anything I didn't know. Okay, let's get some of these little wall climbers in here. Now, this could be tricky. And then we'll move. Oh. There we go. And let's see what else. And, you know, in terms of making, like, a living off YouTube, like, you have to be so big. You have to be so big for that to even be a possibility. So, It's not anything I'm counting on anytime soon. I am definitely not thinking about quitting my job anytime soon to pursue anything in YouTube. That's for sure. Just to give you an idea, for a little while, I was able to monetize my channel. So I had like ads playing on my channel and whatnot. And YouTube pays you like, they'll send you a check every $100 that gets like put into your account. So every $100, you can collect some money from YouTube, right? Well, I had my channel monetized with ads and whatnot for, oh, I don't know, maybe like 6 months, 7 months or something like that. I don't know. It was a while. In all that time, I think I earned about like $5, like $15. You know, it would like pay for Netflix, 1 month of Netflix. So, you know, it's just, you need to be huge. Uh-oh. It's not letting me select any of my my wall climbers. It's not letting me select my wall climbers. Okay, we need to undo. Oh, God, come on. What building is this a part of? Is it part of this building down here? I want to know what building this is a part of. I want to select the stupid vine. Gosh dang it. Planet Coaster. Why must you be like this? Anyway, let's get this in here. Okay, so the reason I'm doing this right now is because on the end, you just like, we need to fill in this little gap down here. Oh, to heck with it. I'll be lazy. Okay, it'll look like that. That's okay, right? That's okay. That looks pretty good. And then we'll pop over here and we'll do like this one. And then we'll do like this one. Let's see. How long have I been streaming? Almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. So probably about time for me to go have a bite to eat. So let's get this on here. The last of this foliage. Kind of get it in here. And then we'll go ride Kraken Voyage, and that will probably be it for today. Probably be it, at least in terms of streams. I got some videos to edit and put together. I keep saying that every time I'm on a live stream. I keep saying that. Yeah, I got some footage to put together. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll kind of do like that. You got to go sleep. You did 2 shifts at your job today. Well, thank you for hanging out with us and keeping me company here. It's always nice to have people on a stream. I think this looks pretty good in terms of planners. Like, this looks neat. I'm not too happy with the way the little vines like creep in up here. It's yeah, but whatever, it's not too bad. So we'll kind of like leave this the way this is. I think looks pretty good. And then when we have that other path, like as people walk out here, they won't. Yes, send me a link with pronunciation on Twitter. I want to know because chances are I'll see you in the future, and I don't want to keep like saying your name wrong. Which is funny. The lady signer, she always calls me super friend, and then I was like when I pop into her streams and stuff, she's like super friend, and I try to type in like there's no R, and then she finally saw that there's no R, and now she's totally confused and doesn't know how to say my name. So it's kind of like the same thing, you know. I want to know how to pronounce it, so I don't keep calling you the same thing over and over again. But so anyways. That's pretty good. A whopping 2 hours to get this, and this made. There you go, Planet Coaster. It takes forever to get anything done. Let's end the stream on a high note. Blast you in my fiendish name. I know. She has it as well sometimes with her name. The lady signer. Like whenever I see her name, I always think of it as Lady Designer. So I feel like she took like designer and like split it apart and then put lady in there. But I don't know if there's like another meaning to it. I have no idea. I don't know if the DE is supposed to stand for like Denmark or something. Or singer. Whoa. Don't tell me I've been saying her name wrong the whole time. I have to go look. I'm looking right now. No, okay. The G is before the N. Whoo. The G is before the N. I thought I was saying it wrong like the whole time, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a dummy. Okay, let's write Kraken Voyage. We're right here. Let's see. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know the left and right arrows switch between the train cars. I knew that you could switch between the seats somehow. Whoa, what? Whoa. Page up and page down is like zooming? All right, whatever. Good night. Thanks for hanging out with us. And let's go ahead and ride Kraken Voyage, and I'm going to have a sip of water and shut my yap for a few minutes. Oh, it's broken. We're going to have to wait a sec for the mechanic. Let's speed it up and get the mechanic in here. Come on, Mechanico. Where are you? There he is. All right. Ride should start up pretty soon here, and then I think we're gonna end the stream, and I'll go have a late lunch. It's 2 p.m. where I am. I haven't really eaten yet today, so. Come on. I don't want to speed it up because then like I'll zoom through the beginning. I think you still got a good amount of it. Like about an hour's worth, I'd say. Let's see. That's such an ugly view of all that undecorated stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Let me scroll up. When did you first pop in? I got like timestamps on. Oh, only like a half hour, maybe. About a half hour. Anyways, there we go. Little barrel rolls in the mountain. I should probably put some like little bits of foliage inside the tunnel there. Ah, the Kraken. The deadly Kraken. Alrighty, and then let's see. I just want to show you something. Whoop. Where's the next car? Okay, so we got the car coming right here, and you can't really see it when you're in the ride. And I don't know if I ever really highlighted it in a video. But over here we have the ride photo booth, right? And then this is where this is like where the cameras are supposed to be. So I got these little flashes that go off right here. Let's see if let's see how well they look when they come down through here. Let's see. Let's get a nice little view. I think like right here is good. Right here. This stupid post is in the way, the coaster support. All right, this is good, right? Let's watch them go by. This is my cheap little photo station. Ah, yeah, that's so cool. Little details like that. I love that kind of stuff. Okay. Alrighty. So that's, I think, going to be it for the stream. Next time when I come back and stream, I don't know what we'll be doing. I really need to clean up this area over here. Yeah, it is pretty neat. I like it. I don't remember if I did it for Hidden Temple or not. I can't remember. But anyways, I do have an episode coming out sometime this week. It's just going to be a short little time lapse of decorating these planners right here. I'll show them to you now. It'll be like a short video, just like the last one. But so we got all this going on here. And let's see. I did this in the last time lapse, but as I stated in the beginning of this time lapse, I don't want to fill this in right here until I get like some of this decorated. And so probably what we have coming up in the future is this video over here, and then I'll probably decorate the rest of these as a video, maybe all the way down to here. And then when we come back in the video after that, we'll maybe be decorating this or possibly this. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I should make videos or if I should just like play for like 5 hours on my own time and get like a whole bunch done like other people do. I guess S. Dan Wolf comes to mind. Like he'll do a whole bunch of work and then just jump in and it's like, look what I made. And I don't know if that's like the style I want or not, but you certainly get your park done faster. But that's it. I'm done. I'm gonna go eat. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. You all have a good afternoon. You take care. Thanks for watching. Always appreciate it. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, see, so that's why Asymmetrical says he enjoys seeing the work that goes into it, and that's kind of why I did my series the way I did it, to give people hope who feel like they're not that talented or not that creative, to give them hope that they could do it too. Because if I have a whole series of how I did it, then you can kind of see it's really not that hard. It's just the original ideas that are difficult. Okay, that's it. Y'all have a good afternoon. Take care. We'll see you around. Thanks for watching.